Welcome to another podcast with Cracklin' Rosie True Crime. Today we will be adding a segment to our Gypsy Rose Blanchard playlist. I've read the pre-memoirs, and today I will share with you a letter that Gypsy Rose wrote to her mother, Dee Dee, while incarcerated. Mother, I am now 28 years old and in prison for my part in your murder, and although I can never justify my crime, nor can any letter or apology give back the life that was taken, I am writing this as if you were physically in front of me to express all that I have held in for the whole of my life. I am writing this letter having had nearly 5 years to feel the emotions felt when expressing the words written. Every day since your death, I have had nothing but time to reflect on the choices that have led me to where I am today, moreover of how your own actions form the circumstances around mine. The woman writing this letter to you is far different than the girl who was once broken and desperate to live what I would later come to understand as just an average life for a young woman. Living 23 years of my life with you as my only guardian, the one person who had the responsibility of shaping who I would grow up to become, unfortunately, my upbringing was a far cry from that which it should have been. Starting from my birth, going into my young adulthood, being isolated from having any other human interaction other than with you was lonely and has affected my ability to have appropriate social skills necessary to make healthy social interactions with others. The many unnecessary medical surgical procedures and medications that were forced on me to treat illnesses that I did not have left my body marked with scars, both physical and emotional. Your choice to not have me educated growing up has made it difficult to gain the appropriate level of education needed for a woman of my age and has caused a depleted self-esteem in my ability to make achievements in society. When mentioning the overall lack of life experience that was withheld from me by your choice as my mother, you not only took away the normal experiences that shape an individual to be who they are or could be, but you made the choice to keep me from the best things in life that make life worth living as a youth. The innocent joy of having a first day of school, the fun of going to the mall with friends and buying a dress that would surely never pass your approval, the excitement of being asked to prom, the comfort of your embrace when getting my heart broken for the first time, the nerves of awaiting that college acceptance letter. These are all the things I was not able to experience. It would be many years I was able to fully understand the reasons why I grew up being isolated from others, being taken to the hospital after hospital, doctor after doctor, without anything being medically wrong with me. Waiting for the next time your hand was to strike me for simply trying to make a friend. Fear, manipulation, and isolation were all I knew of your kind of love, and the lingering question of why I was unable to be allowed the one thing that everyone else seemed to have, the ability of free will. Mom, after all that has happened, I have been searching for answers and spending my time trying to learn about myself as a person, trying to make sense of why all these events unfolded with this amount of tragedy. I want you to know that I now understand that you were mentally and emotionally unstable when raising me, and that your actions were the result of a disorder called Munchausen by proxy. that creates abuse inflicted on a child due to mental illness of the parent. With now having the answers I sought to find, I am able to finally let go of the resentment I held against you and forgive you. And moreover, I want to let you know that I'm so sorry for having a part in your death. Murder was never the answer or solution. There is not a single day that you go unremembered, and I will carry this regret and remorse for the rest of my life. I will always love you for bringing me into this world, and will remember you with love for the woman I know was a good person behind the mental disorder. Going forward, I will take my past and turn it from pain to perseverance, advocating for children who have suffered abuse at the hands of a parent, sharing my story with others to spread awareness of what Munchausen by proxy is and the ways people can recognize the warning signs, in the hopes that I can educate and make the next child who wonders, why is mommy doing this to me, that much braver to reach out for help, telling a listening ear before he or she is behind bars for thinking murder is the way out. I can never undo the hurt that was caused by my actions, but I hope by doing this, I am remembering you well and making a positive difference with your memory. I love you, Mom. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, 2018, Chillicothe Correctional Center, Missouri. Here's Claudine, Dee Dee, Gypsy's mom, and a young Gypsy. I wrote that letter back in 2018 while taking a mandatory class in prison. The class was called Impact of Crime on Victims Class, or ICVC for short. The purpose of the class is to raise awareness of the far-reaching consequences of your crime and how your actions impacted the victims. So it was a rather touching letter. I have very strong opinions on this case, and just like other true crime cases, there are always very strong opposing sides, and I fall somewhere in the middle. So you have many people saying Gypsy never deserved to spend a day in jail, and everyone is glad that she is free, and Nicholas Godejohn is where he belongs, in jail. Life with no parole, no chance of parole. And then you have your side that says Gypsy is a murderer and basically got away with murdering her mother, manipulated Nicholas, or Nick, and now is free and running around doing press stuff and all that. I'm somewhere in the middle. I do not feel that Gypsy deserved what she got as a child, but she is an admitted liar, a manipulating liar, and these are her words. So we must remember that what we are learning now, especially those of you that are new to this case, we are not getting Dee Dee's story. And based on my research, Dee Dee also had a complicated upbringing. While that does not excuse any of her abuse or her actions, we must remember that we do not have all of the facts. And now that this case is really becoming sensationalized, we are getting one side, and that's Gypsy's side. And while I wish her the very best, I hope that she did learn and reflect and had healing time in prison. Still feel that there's a long road ahead of her. I wish her the best, but let's all keep our minds open. I'm going to end it here because really my goal today was just to share that letter for those of you who have not had a chance to read the pre-memoirs. And again, I recommend that you do. wanted to share that, get your opinion on it, and I encourage you to share that opinion in comments. Remember, we do not have to agree to have great dialogue. We only need to keep it classy and respectful. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share your thoughts and comments. I have a lot of research and information pulled together on this case. I started with a very basic case details video about 2 years ago or something, but I would very much love to have a few live streams where perhaps those interested in going through some of the trial footage, maybe doing some reaction videos on the new prison confessions videos, the documentaries, or some of the old ones, or maybe a little bit of all of it. So if this case interests you, if you have knowledge on the case, email me if you'd like to get involved. And for those just interested that would like to communicate in chat or on a live stream, please leave that in our comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until the next episode, have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Peace.